Okay, so this is about using Sage Math. Now, granted, the document as written, let me just kind of scroll through it with you real quick. If you look at the first problem, you're given a problem here. You're expected to do this by paper and pencil. Of course, there's a video on the side. If you want to watch me, talk through the solution, that's fine as well. But I'd kind of write up the solution over here for you. You can look at that. Now, I would do the problem before looking at the solution, but it sure is nice to look at an answer key after you completed the handwork. All right. What else do I do? Well, I put down some code snippets for Sage Math. So someone's going to say, well, why don't I just do all the problem sets you do Sage Math? You could. I'm not saying you can't. The point of this, though, was to learn how to integrate, all right, all little tricks that we deal with in the Calculus 2 course that we're teaching. So what I want to do is I want to go back to this section over here and talk about you really need to start, excuse me, learning Sage Math, all right? So what I want to do is I want to go to the web, all right? And certainly if I were reading this document, I would say, gee, I wonder what Sage Math is. And I would go to the web. So let me open up a web browser. And I'm going to type in the URL, I'm going to type in Sage Math. Now notice when I did that, immediately what comes up is sagemath.org. Let me go there. And what I notice over here, it's got a lot of information. And again, I would kind of play around with it. I realize a lot of people are in a rush to get busy with running Sage Math. So I'm going to say, gee, look at this. It says install Sage Math. And I do recommend this. I recommend that you install Sage Math on your computer. Let me click this. And I'm running a machine, and the operating system is OS 10. It's a Macintosh. So I'm concentrating on that. Now, if you're doing something like Windows, go over here, do Windows or Linux, or you could even do it in cloud. I don't recommend it. Now, what I want to do is I want to install the binary build of Sage Math. All right, let me click on that. And this is going to be Sage Math 10.0. It's the latest version of it. All right, so what are you going to do? You're looking over here. Now, depending what processor you have, like for example, I have an ARM chip in mine. I don't have the x86. So I would look for the ARM chip one. It's right over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. Okay. Now, it's a big file. It's almost a gigabyte. And I'm on a slow internet connection, by the way. It's going to download that file. All right. So while it's downloading the file, you might say, I'll wait around. I would kind of read up. And what are you going to read up on? Read up on Sage Math. So let me go back to the Sage Math website. And again, I would read up on it. Now, for the students that are looking for documents from me, I'm going to go to my webpage for Sage Math. All right. So Sage, S-A-G-E, and dot. And my typical URL is mathography.org. So this is sage.mathography.org. Let me hit the return button. And I'm brought to a page. And this page is specifically designed for my students. So what I did was I wrote a guidebook, all right, on using Sage Math, typically at the level of a community college level, introduction to getting Sage Math up and running. All right, let me click on the guidebook for you. Let's give it a moment to load. It's opening up a Dropbox, by the way. Again, I'm on a slow internet connection, and that's why this is taking so much time. It's still loading. We're waiting. We'll get there. So let's see what we got over here. Yeah, it's still loading. That's weird, huh? Oh, there it is. So this document's really a tutorial for Sage Math, but it also has additional information about using LaTeX along with Sage Math, and that's called Sage Tech. Kind of an interesting combination of products. So let me, I'm going to select the print option on that. And there's a point to that. The print option is going to give me actually the PDF document, which is really what I want to look at. Again, I'm on a slow internet connection, and that's why it's taking so long to load. I will get the launching stage though. So if you're holding out for that, please do hold out for that. Actually, I'm going to do is go to the Finder. I'll wait for that to load. I'm going to go to Applications. And I've already have Sage installed on my computer though. And it should be once you download that binary file, which I'll talk about in a moment, when you install Sage, it's going to put it into your application folder. And of course, my application folder is alphabetized. So I'm just scrolling through it, and I'm going to get to the Sage. I'm seeing it right over here. And I got the Sage Math 10.0 application already installed. I would double click on this. And you're going to get a choice over here. Now the choices are going to be a command line, and that's going to be the terminal application. I do prefer that, all right? Other students prefer using a Jupyter notebook. I prefer the command line. Let me launch it and show you what that looks like. It's going to open up a terminal application. It's going to launch Sage. I have actually a preview version of Sage 10.0. That's what is a warning about it. And I got the Sage prompt. So what I want to do is I want to go back to my document, all right? And remember, I said there was code snippets. And over here, I see this snippet over here. Now, granted, you might, if after you work, you probably might say to yourself, Sage can do this a lot quicker than I can do it. Why do I need to do it by hand? You're learning, basically, how to integrate, right? Now, are there machines able to do it? Of course there are. And they're much better at it than we are, right? So I would copy this. That's the command. I'm going to do Command C. I'm going to go back to my my Sage application, and I could just paste it in. And what does it do? It returns the answer back to me. All right, what answer? There's one answer over here. So here's the deal. After you've gone through that, you're going to start to realize that the answer that I've listed over here is in fact going to look somewhat different than the answer over there. Are they the same answer? Right now, someone says, why do they look so different? We'll go through that as I go through the sheet, and I'm going to go through all 100 problems using Sage and various techniques to integrate. We'll go through that. Let me go back to my web browser. Oh boy, I'm having trouble opening that. Oh, there it is. So over here, I want to put out, this is the tutorial the document. It's 57 pages long. Talk about getting Sage, running Sage, yada, yada, yada. But they are examples over here. Let me go back to my terminal. I could type that stuff in. Let me type in clear first, though. Get rid of the stuff over there. So I could type in 15 plus 16. Whoops. Not much news there, is there? But as you go through this, you're going to learn basic arithmetic. Keep scrolling through the document. You'll learn more and more. It's going to build up to differential equations, page after page. Build on your skill set, right? Let me go back to my download. And I'm still waiting for it to download, by the way. It's going to take another hour. No, I'm not going to wait for that. So here's the deal. Download the Sage application. Current time, it's version 10. Now, granted, you might be reading this document a year from now. It might be at 11, it might be at 12. Who knows where it's going to be a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 10 years from now. Things are going to get better, though. These applications are going to get better and better and better. And why is that? People are working to make them better. And that's why they're getting better. Thank you.